And where do we get that information, right? How do we get educated about, now we talk about finances here though.
Yeah.
How and where do we get that, right? There's a lot of YouTubes, there's a lot of this, there's a lot of that. There's so much information out there, Brandon.
But
How do we discern the right information, brother?
and I feel like there's a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
If I look at Wall Street and saying, just invest in this and you'll be fine, right? Just do this and you'll be fine. Do crypto, do this, do that, right? I've seen that, and oftentimes you have to look at the source. How are they making their revenue, right? One, and is that really getting you to where you want to go? So I kind of think about the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results, right? So looking at our parents and saying, okay, they were told if you invest in this, it will be fine. You'll be perfect. And I look at the retirement crisis that we're facing right now with the largest bull market we've had in history, right? And saying, how did that work out for people? And is there a better way, right? And wondering, okay, maybe some of those work. And oftentimes in marketing, we'll show one or two people and say, look, it does work. But there's 89 or 90% of them, it didn't work, right? So we have to think about the idea of the banking system. I believe that the whole idea of slavery still exists. It just is in a capitalistic view, right? And people are stuck whenever they have to pay 30% because something happens and they can't ever get out of it because their interest rate's 30% and they'll never get ahead, right? Because once that happens, a downfall of something, then they get kicked, right? That's the system, and there's no hard way to get out of it, right? And so that's why I'm saying, well, you save, put it into a life insurance policy. 5% simple interest is cheaper than 30% on a credit card, right? If an emergency happens, right? You'll be able to overcome that obstacle quicker. And there will be obstacles. I don't care what background you have. There will be obstacles that you will face. They will be bigger, smaller, depends on where you're at.